Hey guys, it's Elizabeth. It's The Naked Truth. It is Sunday, October something. I can't see because I took my glasses off. October 23rd. Awesome. And we're here today. I'm so excited that I get to co-host with Tanya. Hey, Tanya.
Hello.
How are you?
Good.
How's it going? And our guest is?
And our guest tonight is Takesha, Positive Girl. You know, I always want to ask you, because I know you bought Takesha and I know you bought Nikki. Which one do you prefer? Yeah.
My family and friends, Nikki, while I'm at work, I'm Takesha, and everywhere else, I'm Takesha. So either or is fine.
That they're so different. Like where did the Nikki and the Takesha, like where did they come from?
Well, my middle name is
middle name?
yeah, my middle name is Nicole. So
Okay.
yeah, normally my name
I always wondered that.
It's like Nikki. That's normally how I respond to my name. So that's my mother.
Well, I don't know how come I couldn't find you on Instagram. I probably didn't have my glasses on because I was at the gym, and probably because I pulled up a Takesha and I pulled up a Positive Girl Gets Fit, and neither one of them looked like me without my glasses on. But it was on my phone, and I'm blind, so that's probably why. So, what's going on with everybody's week? Tanya, how's your week been?
Oh, excellent. Doing great. Just, you know, the regular family grind, family and work grind, food prepping today. And yeah.
Have you traveled somewhere else this week because you're always on the go?
No, actually we traveled so much in the spring and summer that we decided to like give the bank account a rest, and which kind of like lay low for the fall and early spring, because we have a bunch of trips we want to take next year. So we're preparing for that.
I hear you. And Takesha, how's your week going?
It's going pretty well. Meal prepping as well, and that means Jamie was cooking today, so I was out the kitchen. So yeah, we did that, and he's on this crazy grind of like doing 2 and 3 a day. So if you see me at the gym and it's like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, he's been at the gym like 2 times before me. So, so he has some kind of bet thing going on at work. And so he's in competition with folks at work. So I'm just going along with him at various times. But
I almost did that yesterday. I went in the morning and I didn't have anything to do last night. I was like, you know what? I could go back again.
Yeah.
And then I was like, that's just wrong. I'm sorry.
There's nothing right about this.
Yeah, there's nothing right about on a Saturday night wanting to go to the gym for the second time.
Oh man.
I wouldn't mind that if it wasn't so much involved in like getting sweaty and then having to shower and wash the hair, and like it's too much commotion afterwards. Otherwise,
it really is.
Yeah. And I actually, I mean, really pretty much thanks to Tanya. Tanya, I need to give you a shout out for answering all my questions this weekend about going keto.
Yes.
But me, who never meal preps, I actually made deviled eggs today. So
wow, look at you.
And they were really good. I still am not totally sure how you make those fat grams without ranch dressing on everything, but I'll get there.
Add avocado to your deviled eggs.
I got that's a good idea. I added bacon. I got avocado, but I didn't think, do you like mash it up or
just like it's like creamy, just like the egg yolk and the mayonnaise. And the only thing is that it turns like brown by the next day, but you know.
Interesting. Okay, I want to do
great fact.
Fun fact.
Fun fact. I'm gonna do shout outs really quickly, or community celebrations, or whatever we call them here. First, I want to shout out my Amy, just because as you guys know, she's going through chemo. She usually has chemo, well, she always has chemos on Friday. And I just want to thank everybody who's making videos as she's sitting around just watching TV. And I just want to send her some love. And and I want to also shout out Jody, BSG Jody, who sent her the most amazing care package ever.
Oh, wow.
We did a hangout on Friday, and she showed me everything that was in it. I was like, damn. I want one of those care packages, Jody. I need to do, these are my shout outs. These aren't even the ones everybody like wrote in about. I want to shout out Kayla BSG, who was for a while on Facebook as Dazzle BSG. Somehow in my OH recap, I made it a couple of times. And of course I forgot somebody. And I cannot believe I forgot her, because in my first video, I talked all about how beautiful her hair was and how sweet she was. And so in my head, I had that I mentioned her. So I just want to give her a shout out. She is absolutely amazing, so sweet, and lives near Kirk in Seattle. And then I also want to, I haven't been doing Newbie of the Week because I haven't been watching that many. Oh my God, Sarah Robeson is watching live. She never even watches the show, more or less live. Wow. That speaks to my guest, but she'll never watch me. But there's a newbie whose video I watched right before we did the show, and it's Kayla BSG. She's about a week out from surgery and has been making videos for a while. She just, in the few videos of hers that I've watched, has really thoughtful things to say. So I'm going to post her link below. Okay, cool. So now I'll get to all the ones that people posted about. So Esther Royas last week had said that she lost 4 inches on her neck, which I thought was a lot considering the fact that she had just had surgery.
That's a lot.
So she says a faulty tape measure made a liar out of me. I've lost 0.75 in an inch for my neck, not 4 inches. So that makes, she said, my head would have snapped off and rolled away. Because at the time I was like, wow, that's a lot, 4 inches. Yeah, okay, Kiki Holiday hit Wonderland, 7.5 months post-op RNY. Congratulations.
Yay. Nice.
Kim Iyer, I don't know if I'm saying this right. She has a surgery date of November 23rd and says we have all inspired her. Christina Verde, Thursday is her 1-year surgery. She's down 175 pounds. And she posted a picture this weekend on Instagram and Facebook. I don't know if you guys know. You know her, Tanya. She was you guys know her. She was in Nashville. She posted a picture of herself in one leg of her pants.
I saw that. I think she said something like she's a mermaid now or something. Yeah.
Precious, who is my guardian angel. Who shows up at the weirdest times in my life where I'm not even sure it's her. And then it's like, who is this? But now she's in my phone. But anyway, she celebrated her 1-year surgery on the 19th, and she is weighing in at 141 pounds, which is half of her highest weight.
That's amazing.
Which is absolutely amazing. And Precious, we have Naked Truth open in December. So tell me which one works for you, and we want to have you on. Karen Estremo, who I know is several years post-op. She's down 3 pounds with almost no effort. And I think it was her birthday today or yesterday. She lives somewhere in this area. Gretchen wants to shout out her arms, which she posted a picture of herself flexing.
Hell yeah, I'm just shouting out her arms all the time. I told her, I'm like, I would be in that bathroom every day, like, I was like, damn, she's got definition.
I know, right? And I think it's because she has no body fat. Because are you working out, Gretchen? You haven't been working out in a while, have you? How come you have arms like that? Now let's see.
Yeah, arms are great.
Takesha, you have long sleeves on, but those are the arms. Tanya's, yours too have been amazing lately.
Tanya has been putting in that work.
But I still have the loose skin business going here. But other than that, I'm getting a little bicep thing going here. Yeah.
Yeah, we've been checking you out. We see you.
Takesha, your sleeves are too long.
She's got the long sleeves. She's covering up the guns.
Okay, I won't embarrass you. Randy VSG Granny, who had plastics a couple of weeks ago, she says she's weepy as she can be, but she did not buy the Chanel bag. It was Christian Haney's birthday. Happy birthday, Christian. Yeah. Cynthia McKinney, who is Sleeve Bug, has lost 120 pounds and is now freezing.
Yeah, freezing.
Adrian, who has watched Adrian shrink on YouTube and has always been such a supportive commenter and Facebook person. She's having her surgery on Wednesday. So congratulations to Adrian.
Exciting.
So Joelle Moreno, who was at, I guess the conference is confused. It was Obesity Health that was here a couple weeks ago. She was here. I met her. She hit Wonderland this morning. So congratulations to her. And she also, I don't know what the deal was when we were at OH in the hotel. She was like, for whatever reason, all these newbies were looking for donuts. That were nearby. I'm not exactly sure why that was. But she looked for them, and then it automatically, like, I don't remember which donut place it was, Dunkin' Donuts or whatever, automatically added itself to her phone as a contact. So I was teasing her all weekend about having Dunkin' Donuts in her contacts. And Catherine Dodson, Sister Scaleback, her husband Jerry, celebrated his 1-year surgiversary. He's lost 104 pounds to date, and he hit Wonderland. Oh,
that's cool.
Yeah, that's and awesome. Lynn Carroll, her birthday was Wednesday, and she got a surgery date, which is 12/28/16. So congratulations to her. And I think that's about it. So you guys, I think we have the chat going. Oh, yep, people are there. So Pete's watching. He says, yeah, he needs some nakedness tonight.
Nope.
That ain't happening.
Keep dreaming.
Nope.
My shoulders, Tanya's cleavage, and then Takesha is like clothed from head to toe.
Enjoy what you got. That's it.
Coggy PM says hi. Shauna Elliott's watching. The World According to Michelle. Who do you guys watch her?
I have not watched her, but I need to.
I didn't even know she did videos. I just follow on Instagram. So
she does. I found out about her from Gracie, and I love her. And she's watching tonight. And Ashley Carr is here watching, and she's getting sleeved on November 9th. So congratulations to her.
Cool.
So you guys, chat's the best way to contact us, and then I'm going to turn it over to Tanya.
All right, thank you. Okay, so I was telling Liz today that I found Takesha like later in her journey, like towards the end. So I'm really interested in learning about where you came from, what brought you to BSG, and I got questions about that. So,
well, I had for years. I've never been the skinny girl. Never had that skinny girl moment. Always been the fat kid, fat adult, and so after numerous attempts at weight loss. The last attempt was phentermine, and that was back in like 2009 up until 2011. I was not supposed to be on that medication, of course, for that long, but off and on I had tried it. I think you're supposed to do like 3 months on, 3 months off, that whole thing.
Right.
So over the course of about 2 years, I was trying to do that, trying to, lose the weight was great. And then trying to keep it off. That was 2 jobs in itself. So, and my mom had been telling me about, weight loss surgery for years. I just was very reluctant. That was never going to be my story. I was going to try to lose it the natural way. And, And so I just came to an impasse, and I went to my doctor one day in May of 2012, and I was like, I'm ready to have surgery. So he directed me to St. Thomas, or at the time was Baptist in Nashville. And I went to a seminar, and at the seminar I met my surgeon who, at the time, it was just me learning about the different or the various procedures, and I came in wanting to have lap band because, of course, it is the least invasive surgery. You can take it out. That was when that was the factor for me. Like I could just take it out. I could remove it. And so after talking with him and discussing other options, we decided on gastric bypass. And so that was 2012. And then...
And what was your highest weight at that? 'Cause
my highest weight recorded was 256, but I know I was more than that. So, and on a 4'11", 4'11". So
yeah.
so my BMI was 51 plus, probably.
Oh wow.
So yeah,
It's hard to imagine you different than you are now. Like it just I can't. So.
I know. I have my picture that Christina RNY, or Christina Guzman, to those that follow her on Facebook. I have my picture in my office, and every patient always comments on the picture, and they're like, "Oh my God, that's not you. I can't believe that."
Yeah.
And I do. I look different.
Now you said your mom was encouraging you to do weight loss surgery. Do you have obesity in your family, or
Yes.
was your mom heavy? Okay.
Yes, very much so. My entire family is in some way or another is dealing with obesity, and she had surgery in 2001, and then had to have it revised in 2007. And so she has been a big proponent of weight loss surgery. She's 15 from the original surgery. She's 15, 16 years out and is still doing amazing. And
that's awesome.
And she had gastric bypass as well.
Oh, that's good. It's nice to have that family support. Yeah.
We have a question that kind of relates to your pre-surgery stuff. Sorry, I just threw my cat off the table.
We saw that.
Cooper. Sorry about that. Rhea Reloaded wants to know, were you active pre-surgery, or is this all new for you?
I was active pre-surgery. So especially when I was on the phentermine, I was definitely into working out. And I mean, I was in my head, I could run around, I could run around my office building like 15 times without thinking about it.
I'm just curious.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did it back in 97 because I remember because I lost a lot of weight my senior year of college.
Yeah,
so,
it made me so horribly mean.
Yes.
Did it
I've heard that I was horrible, so
I can't imagine that, but okay.
But yeah, I was definitely in my head, I could do everything that I do right now. Like in my head, I was very active, but in real life, that was not the case. So the head was just moving.
Right.
But yeah.
Well, so I know are you vegetarian or vegan?
I'm vegan.
Okay. So when did that, was that after surgery, or were you vegan before surgery?
No, we actually just went vegan these last, actually January, and it wasn't like, it was 2016, we're going to go vegan. Jamie just came home one day, was like, I've been reading some stuff, I think we should do it. And I was like, all right. We had been vegetarian since 2014, and so it was just a natural progression for us.
Right. Yeah. So but after surgery, you I'm sure you concentrated on protein and all that kind of stuff. When you went vegetarian after that, what were the challenges with going from that high protein and then incorporating vegetarianism?
It was pretty touch and go when we first started, because we didn't know, like we had no clue when we went vegetarian how to even make it work. All we knew was that we weren't going to eat meat. And so everything else just kind of, it was just like, okay, well, we're going to have sides, and then we're just going to have a lot of pasta. So it was a fail at the very beginning, but Pinterest was my best friend and still is. And so I picked up on different things, and tofu started being added. I never dealt with tofu before, and so we started using that. And of course, the faux meats that you can find at your grocery store, we still use those. But really just learning and reading and just trying to figure it all out was really the first few months of going vegetarian. So
tell us a little, sorry, Tanya, can I ask a quick question?
Yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah. Go ahead.
Can you tell us a little bit about where you live, married, kids, all that stuff, just to give some background?
So I live about 25 minutes outside of Nashville, kind of southeast of Nashville, in a place called Laverne. And I work in Nashville. I actually work at the bariatric center in which I had my surgery. So I'm working with my surgeons and all the staff that helped me out. I have 4 children. One is in college right now. He's a freshman. I have a 14-year-old who's a freshman in high school in honors classes, which still surprises me because I'm like, I don't know where you got that from. And then I have a 7th grader and a 6th grader. So,
oh my God, I had no idea you had that many. I knew you had a college age son because that's what I sort of relate to because that's my son's age. Well, you look like you're 12. I don't know how you look, so.
That's why
I tell Jamie this all the time.
She's like my hero. Like, I didn't know I'm like, wait, like I thought I ran circles, but she has to run like a zillion circles because that's
everybody wants to. Yeah, everybody wants to be in a sport, and so Tobias, who's my freshman in high school, he's doing football, and he's now trying to condition for basketball, and he's going to be running track in the spring. Ellington was playing football. They were both playing football at the same time. I had 3 people playing football.
Just the sheer transportation issues alone. I barely can do that with one.
Yeah, when people say they don't have time to exercise, I'm like, no. Do you know my friend Takesha?
She can find I have you too, Tanya. I mean, my life is so easy because I don't have any kids to take care of. Ashley Carr just posted that optocook.org is a treasure trove of veggie recipes and pre-op.
Awesome.
And
Pete, very good.
And Pete accused me of cat abuse, but that's all we have to do.
They land on their feet. They're fine.
Yeah, whatever.
Oh my gosh.
Well, going back to going vegetarian, with the kids at home, did you get them to go vegetarian too when y'all converted, or were you cooking 2 meals?
No, it was straight defiance when it came to.
That's what would be in my house too.
Sarah wanted to know though, were your kids always good eaters? Do they now eat the same things that you guys do?
They are more trending to what we're eating now. Jamie will still cook. We still, buy meat, and so for Ellington and Madison, they still eat meat. And I've already been threatened by my oldest at college. I'm not coming home for Thanksgiving to a tofurkey. To a tofurkey roast. It's not happening. So I'm to make an actual live turkey for him. But yeah, the kids are, for the most part, like Tobias says, it wasn't until this year that Tobias actually took on the diet, and he was like 180 in March, and he's like 133, I think is what he weighed in. Yeah, nuts. So he takes, he takes his lunch to school every day. He's got friends at school that's asking him how he's lost weight and, what is he eating? And so it's been cool for him.
Sarah also wants you to know how much she loves you and how proud she is of you.
I love her.
She inspires. Sarah is like the best.
Yes, she is. Yes, she is.
She inspires so many and just has this ability to charm anyone. She's always rocking it and looking amazing, but manages to stay so humble about it all. She is one of my faves, and she told me not to get jealous because she's only allowed to be best friends with me. So, anyway,
I love her.
I do too. She's amazing.
So your YouTube name is Positive Girl Gets Fit. So have you always had such you beam with positivity. Yes. So, and if for you to grab your YouTube name from the beginning, that has to be just something that's always been in you. Have you always been like that since you were a kid, or?
I have been told that I've been pessimistic, that I've been, yes. And it's family on that one, but no, I truly try to look at the brighter side of things. Jamie is an absolute treasure for me because he completely looks at, like, I want to be him when I grow up. He totally looks at the positive in every situation that we face. And he's always like, you know, babe, it could be worse. So I always lean on him, especially when I don't feel the most positive. I always look to him. But yeah, I mean, my whole little mantra has been positive thinking, positive outcome, or positive actions, positive results. So that was like years ago. And so I was like, okay, well, I'm just going to call myself Positive Girl, because I'd say that all the time after everything that I used to write, which is, when you look back at your memories, you realize really how corny you actually are. But it's worked out for me. I think for some, I might be a little bit too positive. I might not be as transparent as some would like, but this is my life. I know that for me, I will share what I feel is relevant. I don't think that you need to know everyone's dirty laundry, but at the same time, if it's relevant and if it's going to inspire someone, or if it's just going to help someone, if you're going to speak to someone's life, I love how transparent you two are and how open you two are, and others like you. I was with you, Elizabeth, when you were going through your mess this summer, because that touched me, because I'm like, man, I've gone through that too. And, just the feelings and the emotions that were displayed, it was like, man, I'm crying with you. Like that was for me. I'm not gonna.
I'm over it. I'm good. Stop.
Yes.
Thank you. And what I sometimes have thoughts about, and I have on occasion taken some of those videos down, but I heard from so many people privately, not in comments, about how helpful it was, because
for sure.
Some people just have a real sense of their worth and are like, fuck you, I'm done, goodbye. And others aren't, and I wasn't. And so I heard from so many people, I'm like, I'll leave it up for a while. But thank you, Takesha, I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Yeah. I've been through that many a time, so I can I can tell you that it's no fun. But at the same time,
way
like I
better
said,
on the other side of it.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
So Christine, teeny tiny tummy for Christine, is online. She says hello to all of us and says it was so great to meet you in Nashville. She loves your attitude and motivation. Don't change for anybody.
I love her.
Colors of Avon had a question for you. She wants to know if you still track your food.
I do.
What do you do and what are the things that you do to kind of stay on plan? Because you're in maintenance now, right?
Yes, which is scary in itself. I mean, I had to have an actual sit down. This is me being transparent. I had to have an actual sit down, one with and that's the luxury of being at, working and doing what I do, with my surgeon and others that, help me, just like any other patient. I had to sit down with him on Friday, or it was Thursday. And, I'm like, okay, I'm going into year 5, and I feel on the outside, I feel like I should know what I'm doing. On the inside, I feel like I'm a complete mess. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm logging my food, I'm tracking my food, but it's like I don't know. It's weird. I feel like I'm in control in some areas, and in other areas, I feel like I can't grasp it. And it's concerning to me, because I am going from, I'm going to a new year, as of December 2012. It'll be 4 years this year. So, I just feel like, what am I doing? Am I going to keep this going? Am I going to be able to? And so after talking with him, he was like, weight loss surgery is one tool that we have, right? But as he's getting older, he's understanding that, because he's one of those, and he shoots it straight. He's one of those that he was like, you just need to try harder, or you need to cut the carbs out, and you need to, start, working out. He follows me. He knows how much I do. He's asking, when he comes in for clinic, he's like, "You worked out," and so he knows, you know, he knows my story. He knows, you know, what it is that I do, but at the same time, it's like he's like, you know, that's just one tool that we have. There's so many other things that we have that can be available to you. And so I'm not really ready yet to go to that next level of seeking medication or anything like that. But it's scary, you know, being in maintenance.
Are you having trouble maintaining, or you're regaining a little bit? Did I see a video about that?
I did have some, but I fluctuate. I have like a 5 to 10 pound range of fluctuation. So from day to day, it could be a 3 pound gain. It could be a 3 pound loss. It could be a 5 pound gain. So, and I know that that's a lot of time is water, but it's still a mind game. So, you know, it's just a lot. And my thing is, I'm not looking at this year. I'm looking at next year and what my life is going to look like next year. You know, so
do you think it's?
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Well, I was gonna say, do you think it's the mental part? Because I mean, I'm far out, and I still have those feelings. Like, God, I thought I have it all figured out by now, and like I'm maintained pretty well, but like I still feel like a lot of times I'm winging it. Like there's certain core things that you know you do well, but then there's little things that you constantly feel like you're tweaking, and it's like I really thought I'd be on autopilot by now, and now I've kind of gotten to the point where I feel like I'll never be on autopilot. That's not my fate. That's not my future.
Yes. I mean, I love how other people can take this thing and they can lose too much weight. And when people come into the office, I'm like, man, I wish I had those problems of losing too much weight. But I'm not there yet. And so, you know, for me, it's like, okay, what, you know, I have to have a goal for each year. So like this year it was like, you know, building muscle. Next year, you know, it could be running, you know, half marathons. I don't know, but I'll need to have something in place to keep this thing going. But no, I truly do not feel like I'm in cruise control, even at this point.
Well, and I think, and I mean, Tanya, how far out are you? Are you like right around, you're like this?
I'll be
like 5 years.
I'll be 5 years. I'll be 5 years on November 17th. Yeah.
Well, and I really look to you guys as examples, and I feel like I'm sort of trying to set that path for myself of people who have truly changed their habits. And I mean, ultimately, to be long-term successful with this, that's what you have to do.
You do.
Yeah.
You do.
You know, and because of whatever our predisposition is to carb sensitivity or to gaining weight or, you know, genetics, whatever, this is never going to be on cruise control. I don't think. It would be nice, but
no, and you know what too, I think like, you know, we made major changes right after surgery and there's major life changes. And then the further out you get, it just comes down to the fine tuning. But sometimes when we get to this point, we forget to look back and acknowledge, like, we did make major changes that we're still living today. Like, those are real changes. And it's okay to make little tweaks now as you get further down the road. Like, you know what's working and what doesn't work. So it's okay to do that. Yeah.
And that's where I'm at. It's like, okay, well, you know, I think my body is now getting used to me running. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to have to amp it up and do some more weight training along with my running, or I'm going to have to do some different kind of cardio to kind of trick my body into doing different things that I need it to do. So, you know, it's an ever-changing journey, and 1 month you could be doing great, you could be killing it. The next month you could be spiraling out of control. That's just the nuts and bolts of it for me. I don't know how about everybody else's, but for me, that's just how it works. So I have to always reel myself in, always be cognizant of where I am, which can be, you know, overwhelming at times.
Now, you have not had plastics, right, Takesha?
No, I have not.
Okay. Well, today,
but if anybody wants to cut on me, if anybody feels the need, let me give you my contact.
Today I was at the gym and I'm thinking, okay, what is it I want? Just like you're talking about. So like yours was building muscle. It's like, okay, I don't know when, if ever, I'm going to be able to afford to have plastic surgery. I don't know. But I want to have Takesha's arms. I want to be like I mean, from a fitness perspective, my goal is to be the example of what a middle-aged woman having weight loss surgery can be without plastics.
Yeah,
So,
for sure.
I mean, hopefully at some point I will have it, but that's my fitness goal for the next year is to get that.
That's a great goal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Indira BSG is watching. Hi, Indira. Ashley wants to know if you have any hot tips for pre-op or directly post-op.
Wow. Hot tips would be, one, figure out why you're doing this. Figure out if this is truly for you, or if you are doing this to appease someone else, or if you're trying to get back at someone else, or if you have, or if it's just for vain reasons. I'm trying to get into that size 6 dress. I mean, you got to figure out why you are trying to have weight loss surgery. That's one. Once you figure that out, once you hash that, then you need to stay true to whatever that is. Now, the thing with, appeasing someone else, trying to get into that dress, all those things, those are all things that are fleeting. So you want to try to hang on to something that you're going to have be sustained throughout the course of your journey. So for me, I just wanted to be healthy. I wanted to be here for my children. But more importantly, I just wanted to like me.
Yeah.
I didn't like me. So I just wanted to have a good relationship with myself. And over the course of the years, I've found that I actually do like myself, and I'm very comfortable with who I am. So that's one. Two, you need to do all the things in preparation that anybody else would do when they are trying to take on a new lifestyle. And that is, you've got to let some stuff go. So if that means that you have to let stuff go in your pantry, if you have to let stuff go in your relationships, as far as negative people, toxic people, you've got to do that on the pre-op end before you even have surgery, because that's going to be an issue for you after surgery, is dealing with those same negative people. And then with dealing with those same negative people, they're going to cause you to be negative, which is going to cause your situation to be negative. So if you are not involving yourself with positive people that are doing positive things, that are doing things that are health related, then you're going to find yourself in the same situation that you were in prior to surgery. So those are some things that I would, shout out and say for pre-oppers.
Ashley had another interesting question, which she wanted to know if any of us did or had therapy to help with food issues.
That's a good question. I've had therapy, but I don't know if it's been it was just overall therapy. It wasn't in relationship to food.
And I did as well, and I've talked about it in multiple videos. I actually had psychoanalysis for 4 days a week for a full year. And although it wasn't directly about food issues, I don't think I would have ever gotten to the point of having weight loss surgery without having had that therapy, because I just didn't think I deserved it.
Wow. That's deep.
So.
Yeah.
Tanya, any?
I just feel like I was always a confident person. Like I was confident in everything except for my body. Like my relationships and work. And I've always been very confident. So I think that's why when I finally made the decision to have surgery, I never questioned it. And I didn't care if anybody didn't like it, because once I make up my mind to do something, that's it. I'm doing it. And you can either take the ride with me or be left on the wayside. And that's just how I've always been. So, in fact, John said something about this week. He said, how you just jump in and do stuff and I think about it. Like I wake up one morning, you want to do something and you just go do it. And I'm like, yeah, I know. Like, it's like no time like the present, so.
Right. That's right.
So
do you experience anything where when you've used food to cope with emotional stuff, that you're using something else in place of that now?
As far as myself, I would say my trips to Goodwill, probably. There's probably some therapeutic stuff in there, going thrifting. I would say that would be the closest thing, that or working out. I would like to be to the point where I'm over working out, but I haven't got there yet.
It's funny. I don't know if I said this before we got on or after about maybe going to the gym twice yesterday.
Yes.
And I think since I've tried to drastically cut down on the alcoholic beverages, that I think working out may be what I'm trying to fit in there, which there are worse things to do. But
there are worse things.
Right.
Speaking of working out, when I was at the gym before, I drank 48 ounces of water, and I'm not going to make it to the end of the show without going to the bathroom. So, Tanya, I'm going to run off for a second.
It's potty break time.
Right.
So it's potty break, and so I'm leaving it in Tanya's capable hands.
Awesome.
So before surgery and maybe right after, what was your go-to exercise, and has that changed?
Before surgery, I didn't really have a go-to exercise. Really dancing was my go-to. If I, especially when I was on the phentermine and late at night, I would do 2 a days for sure.
Yeah.
Because I knew that in order to get the medicine to work, I had to actually put in, a lot of work. And so, that was my go-to, is working out. So that's why or dancing. So that's why you see if you follow me on various social media platforms, you see all the crazy videos.
I love it.
It's just, I know how goofy it looks, and it is, but I am so like, that's me, like all day long.
I love it.
That's me. So, yeah.
So have you ever been an instructor, like a fitness instructor? Because
No.
Oh my God, because you seem to have that aura. Like, I could see where you could get in front of a class and pump people up, and like, I always thought you had been, just because I felt I see you that way. So
no, and thank you. No, I think we need to, and I think you need to throw this out in the atmosphere. I think we need to do a step class for WLSFA Portland. I'm just throwing it out there.
I have thought about that big time.
I'm just saying, maybe getting Pandora.
Yeah, we can come up with like a 25-minute routine. It doesn't have to be like a crazy hour or anything.
Yeah, 25 minutes would be optimum. But yeah, something for bariatric friendly that everybody can kind of follow along, and super simple. But no, I really last year I was trying more to do the whole instructor thing than this past year. Just work is just absolutely crazy. But but I really want to do that. I would love to teach step. I would love to teach maybe some form of Zumba or hip hop dance. However,
that would be fun.
Yeah, I really still interested.
We should make a WLSFA goal.
Yes.
That we come up with. We each come up with like 2 song routines to do simple instruction.
That sounds super fun. Let's do that.
Yes.
I may throw that out to the board and see. I've been on the fence about it for a long time, and that might be just a little push I need, because I'm very goal oriented. So if I don't have a goal to work towards, I'll never get there. So maybe if I put that out there.
Yes, throw it out there in the atmosphere.
That would be super.
All right, we'll talk after.
Yeah, I think in the midst of everything, I think exercise is one of those components that we kind of, fear away or fear. And definitely at this last one, which was my first one, I was a newbie at the conference. That would have been something for me that I would have been hyped to go to.
Right.
So, yeah.
Well, I have to tell you guys, before the conference in Nashville, one morning I woke up and I had a text from Gracie, no one stopping me but me, who does not exercise, right?
Right.
It's like, I'm signing up for the color run in Nashville. I'm like, who stole your phone? And she's like, are you going to sign up? And everybody's signing up. I'm like, no, I'm not signing up because you guys think you want to do this. But I've been to enough meet and greets to know that you are not going to want to get up Saturday morning and go do that. And did anybody go? I don't think so. Did anybody go to the color run?
I went. I didn't go Sunday. I didn't go Sunday, but I did go. I did go Saturday. It was cool.
Okay.
If we do a step class, I'm asking for an afternoon session.
Yes.
They just don't work. Takesha, what did you do before, and how did you get into working for? Well, obviously, I know how you got into working for your bariatric surgeon, but what do you actually do there, and what was that transition like?
So before, I was mostly in academics. I had worked at 2 universities. I was actually at a university when I sought, or when I got hired on to work in a bariatric
So we all
center.
have worked in universities, so that's another thing.
Yeah. So the university that I worked at last is actually the university that my son attends, which is Middle Tennessee State University. And so earlier this year in January, I called and I was just like, do you guys have like a mentor program, or maybe just something where I could, connect with patients and, just check in and see how they're doing? And they were like, no, but, and I was like, oh Lord. So, I went through the interview process and I got hired on to be a patient advocate. So
nice. So it's a brand new position?
Brand new position. They've never done this before. They had only, looked at other research where, other people were doing it elsewhere, and it was working there. And so they wanted to try it here. And it's craziness on wheels. I have a tracker of about almost 200 people that I have to keep up with. And they're at various points of the process. So some are just starting out, some are already complete, some are going through their 6 months. And so checking in with them and, just following them until surgery. And I make it a point, like in the morning, I know there's a couple people having surgery. I make it a point to go in before they get rolled back to the OR, just to check in, make sure that they're good, kind of ease their nerves.
That's
nice. Before they go and have surgery.
That's really nice.
Yeah, Christine Teeny Tiny Tummy said she did the 5K both mornings at WLSFA.
Oh. Yes, she did.
Wow.
Yes, she did. We kind of high-fived.
I'm just kidding, Christine. VSG Queen Diet wants to know if you still do protein shakes, or do you get all your protein from food, Takesha?
So I do some protein shakes here and there, especially if I'm on my grind. I will definitely do a protein shake before I go to work in the morning. So normally what I do is Vega Proteins and Greens. That's one brand I will use. Another brand will be Naturade. I forget the actual name of it, but it's called Naturade, or the brand is Naturade, and they have various like pea protein, all kinds of protein. So I'll use either or. They give me about 20 grams of protein per scoop or per 2 scoops, and about 160 calories. So it's almost like, I guess, a Premier. Premier is like for us, one of the best protein ready-made drinks out there, right. Just because of the stats. But for me, that's I do vegan protein shakes in the morning. Otherwise, I really don't touch them. I have to, be working out, or I have to just really be in the mood for them.
Right.
And protein in itself, you get protein really from anything. Big protein grabbers are your chickpeas. Avocado has good source of fat. Like I said, the faux meats. So that's really how I do it as far as the protein goes.
Indira wants to know when we started exercising and what do you recommend more, weight training or cardio?
I would definitely recommend combo. So I would recommend cardio and weight training together. So I will start out with cardio, and I try to push about 3+ miles. And then I go straight into, and I've flipped it because I used to do weight training first and then cardio, but I suggest doing in your session cardio and weight training together. It doesn't have to be every time that you are in the gym, but at least 2 to 3 times a week, get in that weight training along with your cardio.
When did you start working out?
Immediately, right after surgery. And then I got a personal trainer that February. And so, yeah.
Me too. I started
my jump off.
Yeah, I started as soon as I was released, which was like 6 weeks. And my trainer is sort of like CrossFit. It was always cardio and weight training. And now he's in between gyms. So I am primarily right now doing cardio. I'm just doing 2 to 5K, but I'm gonna take after Tanya and do those body pump and step classes soon until I'm doing again. How about you, Tanya?
Yeah, well, I started walking, right? I mean, like as soon as I was released, like 2 weeks after surgery, and I walked and just increased my speed and incline and that kind of thing on the treadmill until about 3 months out, and then I started with weight training. But I wish I would have started with weight training sooner. I think I was a little bit. I kept thinking, oh, I just need to do cardio and get the fat off, and then I can worry about the muscles. But I wish I would have started that a little bit earlier, because I felt so much better. And even now, like I did step for a long time, and then the teacher that I have, I really like her, and she started doing a sculpt class after the step class, and she's like, you should stay. And I'm like, oh, 2 hours, that's a long time for me to commit, and and then John and I talked about it, and he's like, well, instead of going to the gym 5 days a week, why don't you just do 3 days, and then you could just do 2 hours at a pop. And I'm like, all right, let me see how I feel. And I feel like that has changed my body so much, incorporating that sculpt class and the weight lifting and the control.
Is Tanya cutting out for you, Takesha? Or you're cutting out a little bit, Tanya.
And
I don't
I
think
feel
she
like
can
that
hear
changed
us.
my body card. Oh no.
Okay, now okay.
There
You're
you
back
are.
now. Okay, good. There you are. Oh, where'd you go? Oh, somebody's on the walk. Somebody's doing games. So what's your favorite NSV, Takesha, that you've had so far?
My favorite NSV, I think, will always be crossing my legs, being able to buy clothes and not have to try them on. I think those are my 2 biggest ones.
Is there anything as you look back over this period of time that you would have changed about how you've attacked this process?
Oh, I definitely would have went full throttle before I even had surgery into weight training and cardio, for sure. I think it would have just made it so much easier to transition from what I was doing to now.
Indira missed your stats. Do you want to repeat those for everybody?
Oh, yeah. So my highest weight was 256. I'm 4'11" and a half on some days. I currently weigh right now 141 pounds. So I've gone up a little bit since my 139-pound post. I am hanging. I've been hanging in the 140s, low 140s since 2013. So I've been in maintenance for 3 years. For 3 years now.
That's great. So Tanya, you back?
Okay. I'm back, and I hardwired in, so hopefully my connection is good.
Awesome. Did you have any last questions you wanted to ask Takesha before we went into our inside
No, I think I'm good. I think that was pretty much everything I was thinking of. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. Do we want to do our inside the weight loss studio questions?
Yep. Okay. So you ready? Okay. What is your favorite word?
Awesome. I think I say it every day. Awesome. I say it all the time. Yes. Yeah. I have to sing it though, so it's
that works.
Thing.
So, what's your least favorite word?
Oh gosh, can't. I think that's my.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's a good one to tell the kids.
Yeah.
Don't say can't.
Yeah.
What turns you on creatively, spiritually, or emotionally?
Music, like on all factors. Music is my everything. It's absolutely everything. When you hear what I have going, when I have to like literally think about it because it consumes everything that I do. I have to make sure that it matches, you know, what my post is. But yeah, music is everything.
Yeah, I agree.
Just on Instagram. Performance theater.
I hear that.
Oh my gosh.
So what turns you off?
What turns me off is negative Nancy's. Can't deal with it. Cannot do it.
I agree. What's your favorite curse word?
Oh Lord.
Why do I think you don't curse? Do you curse?
No, don't ask Jamie because it's a thing. I would have to say shit. Shit is my favorite. That's my most used cuss word. Yeah.
What's your what sound or noise do you love?
What sound of noise? Oh Lord,
Sound
the kids
or
will tell you.
noise. Yeah.
Oh, sound or noise. Gosh, I don't even know where are these questions coming from.
Our studio with that poor guy.
Oh my gosh. I don't know. My favorite noise is, I guess, my ringtone for me to get up at 2:30 in the morning. I gotta love that thing, or I won't get up. Yes, I do get up at 2:30.
Wow.
Wow. What time do you go to bed?
About 8, 7:30, 8 o'clock. My kids know when I come in the door, it's like, hi.
You're way past your bedtime.
Right. How you doing? Let's get something to eat. It's time to go to bed. That's it. Yeah. Yeah.
So, what sound and noise do you hate?
I have upstairs, so hearing people stomp or that drives me nuts. I can't deal with it.
My husband.
You would hate living underneath
like, who is up there doing some kind of tribal dance? What are you doing? So yeah. Can't do it.
That sounds just like God. It's hilarious.
Too much.
What other profession, other than your own, would you like to attempt?
Oh wow! I have always dreamt of being like a ballerina or some type of dancer. Yes,
I
for
can see
years.
That for sure.
Yeah. So, or either that or doing, like I said, the instructor bit. I would love to do that.
What's something a profession that you would not want to do? You'd hate to do?
Man, garbage detail, garbage trucking, picking up trash.
I agree. Oh, right?
No.
If heaven exists, what would you like to hear God say when you arrive at the pearly gates?
Yes!
Awesome!
Come through!
Come on in. So we have, okay, we're not going to get to all. We have a couple more questions on here that I want to get to, and there was one I forgot to ask. So people want to know what your Instagram is, and I'm not the one to say it since I couldn't find it today.
It's at Positive Girl Gets Fit. Maybe we can put it in the description.
Yeah, we'll put it in the description. And I'll put your Facebook as well because let's go ahead and ask this one. Do you have a favorite vegan recipe?
I do. I think my favorite vegan recipe is the one that Jamie cooks. He actually made it today, which I'm super excited about. It's a lasagna. So hopefully I can get that from him, like what he put in there, and I can definitely shoot that out to you guys. Okay.
That would be awesome. And then one question that I forgot to ask you is, how have you found that participating in YouTube and Facebook has helped you as part of this journey?
Oh my God. Definitely connecting with people has been first and foremost, like that gateway into people's lives not only has helped me, but it has definitely helped others. And so I don't know where I would be without YouTube. It was definitely, and still is, my grounding. It keeps me centered. I lean to you guys. I will watch. I'm suck at commenting, but I will like it in a second. But really, Tanya, for me, especially here lately, like you just posted something a few days ago or maybe a week ago on your keto. And also your what you eat in a day. Those have been so, and we don't eat the same, but those have been so helpful. I cannot tell you how helpful it is that you're still here.
Yes.
And,
thank you. Yeah. Thank you.
And I mean, it really has been your videos that that kind of tipped me over on that edge of like, okay, I need to give this a whirl.
Yeah,
For sure.
yeah.
I was really nervous about doing those videos because I didn't want people to.
Oh, you're cutting out again. Okay, we lost Tanya again. She froze, but one of the things that I was going to talk. Okay,
there it is.
And she's gone. Okay, but I was going to talk about this in my video update tomorrow. How because I've been asking Tanya a lot of questions about this over the last week or so, and just how she's just so like, do you want to know this? I mean, just so gracious, and it's like, I don't want to push anything on you, but do you want to look at? And that's been like super.
Yeah.
And you're back.
For sure.
Do you want to say goodbye, Tanya?
Sorry.
So
it's that Cajun internet I got going.
You got your Creole. Creole internet.
I want to thank both you guys for being here. And Takesha, I felt like I met you for like 2 seconds at Nashville, so I really appreciate you.
I know.
Doing
Thank
this
you.
And
you are so
being
welcome.
able to spend more time together. So next week on The Naked Truth, we're kind of going off the beaten path a little bit. This will be the first time that I'm going to have somebody on who has absolutely nothing. I mean, there's a tangential relationship to weight loss surgery, but something that I've been struggling with over the past week or so is this whole sexual objectification thing.
Nice.
Kind of this, like I came from a place where like 4 years ago, I would have been like, oh yeah, sexually objectify me, please.
Get it?
To like a real kind of realization that it kind of sucks sometimes. But so I have a friend who is a professor at Claremont University who has a book coming out on sexual objectification. Her name is Dr. Caroline Heltman, and we're going to be at a conference all weekend. And so she's going to come over afterwards, and we're going to have her as our guest next week on The Naked Truth. So,
nice.
So that should be interesting and different than what we usually do. So I just want to thank everybody for watching and commenting, and I love you guys, and I will see you soon.
Thank you.